The warship Iron Fang moved through deep space. Its engines hummed through every deck. In engineering, Mara Vale worked on a plasma line. She held a repair tablet in one. Hand grease marked her fingers. She was the only human on the ship. The crew were Carracks, a feline warrior species, tall, strong, fast. They had fur, claws, and sharp eyes. When Mara Vale first came on board, they doubted her. No claws, no fur, no fangs. Just a human engineer from Earth. They thought she would fail. She did not fail. She fixed major systems. She saved the reactor during a coolant problem. She repaired battle damage after attacks. She kept the ship running. The crew stopped calling her weak, but they still did not call her family. Then one day, she found a cub. It happened on the lower decks. The corridor was hot and narrow. Mara Vale was checking a broken sensor line. Then she heard a small sound. A weak little chirp. She stopped. She listened. She heard it again. She opened an access panel. She pointed her lamp inside. Two golden eyes looked back at her. A small cub was hiding between cables. His fur was dirty. He looked thin. He was very young, maybe. He was 4 months old. He hissed at the light, but he was scared. Mara Vale sat down on the floor. She moved slowly. She did not reach for him. She took out an emergency ration. Human food. She broke off a small piece. She put it near the panel. Then she leaned back. The cub watched her. He watched the food. After a while, he reached out. He grabbed the food and pulled it in. Mara Vale smiled. Good, he ate very fast. He was hungry. Soon, he stayed near the opening. He was still scared, but he trusted her a little. Mara Vale waited. Then she picked him up gently. She took him to the med bay. The medical officer was Dravik. He scanned the cub. The cub was dehydrated and tired, but he had no major injuries. Dravik checked the registry. His name is Kiro. Refugee. Transfer. His parents were lost in a border conflict. He was meant to stay with other cubs. He got lost. Dravik said Kiro would go to a nursery station at the next port. Mara Vale looked at Kiro. He was shaking in her arms. Then she said something unexpected. I can care for him until then. Dravik looked surprised. You Mara Vale? Nodded. I will take care of him, Dravik warned her. Carrack's cubs are hard work. They bite, they climb, they wake all the time. Mara Vale said yes. She still signed the guardian form. That was the start. The first week was wild. Kiro climbed everything. He chased tools. He stole gloves. He knocked things over. He attacked Mara Vale's boots while she worked. He wanted to play when she wanted to sleep. He tried to eat her food, but at night, Kiro curled up beside her. He purred loudly. Mara Vale talked to him. She told him about earth, rain, cities, lights. She told him she felt lonely on the ship. Kiro did not understand the words, but he listened. The crew started to notice. At first, they only watched. Then they began to stop by one day. Serve watched Mara Vale teach. Kiro gently. You do not hit him. Mara Vale said no. He does not need fear. He needs rules. Sariv looked confused. Then Kiro walked over. He rubbed against Sar's leg. Sariv froze. Then Sariv crouched down. Kiro climbed into Sar's lap. Mara Vale laughed. After that, things changed. Small gifts appeared in engineering. A chew ring, a soft blanket, small toy balls. No one said who brought them. Then Captain Rithkor came to engineering. Everyone went quiet. Kiro jumped onto the captain's boot. Mara Vale got nervous, but Rithkor crouched down. He watched Kiro carefully, then he asked, Mara Vale questions. You care for him alone. You feed him. You carry him through long shifts. Mara Vale said yes. Rithkor said Carracks. Cubs are usually raised by many adults. Mara Vale said humans do that too. Then Rithkor said one thing. Yet you do this alone. Mara Vale answered. For now, Rithkor gave Kiro a gentle scratch. Then he left. After that, the crew came closer. They asked questions about KRO. Is he eating enough? Is his weight normal? Does he need more sleep? Mara Vale answered every question. Soon, visits became routine. A navigation officer brought warm broth. Rev made a small safety harness. Dravik checked. Kiro every week. Kiro became loved by everyone. He ran through engineering. He slept near the observation window. He sat under Mara Vale's chair in meetings. The warship felt different now. It felt warmer. Then came a hard mission. After long repairs, Mara Vale returned to her room tired and hungry. Kiro was asleep on her shoulder. She opened her door. Then she stopped. The corridor was full of crew members. Engineers, pilots, med, staff, bridge officers. They stood on both sides of the hall. They were waiting for her. Mara Vale looked confused. Did I miss an alarm? No one spoke at first. Then Sarev stepped forward. Sarev held a food container. 4K. Another crew member brought fresh bedding. Another brought supplements from Dravik. Mara Vale looked at them all. What is this? Young officer named Talon spoke softly. You are not alone. Mara Vale felt tears in her eyes. Kiro woke up and chirped. The whole hallway softened. Then Dravik stepped forward. You missed your meal again. That is not acceptable. For you or for Kiro. Mara Vale tried to explain. I was working, Sarev answered. We know. All of us know. Then Captain Reithkor stepped forward. The crew moved aside for him. He stood in front of Mara Vale. His voice was calm. Prayed, you're scared and alone. You gave him food. You gave him rest. You gave him safety. Then he looked at the crew, and you gave this ship something we forgot. You reminded a warship what a home feels like. Mara Vale could not speak. Reithkor lowered his head in respect. Engineer Mara Vale, the crew has spoken. You are not a guest. You are den keeper. You are pack mother of the Iron Fang. Mara Vale laughed through tears. That is a big title. Sarev made a soft, amused sound. You can answer to Mom. It is shorter. Warm laughter filled the hall. Kiro climbed onto Reithkor's boot. Reithkor looked down, then back at Mara Vale. He approves. Mara Vale smiled. Thank you, all of you. The crew stayed for a while. They asked what she needed. They offered more toys for Kiro. They offered to change her shift time. They offered to build a climbing frame. When Mara Vale finally entered her room, supplies covered the floor. Kara jumped into the blankets. Then he popped his head out. Mara Vale laughed. Then the ship intercom came on. Reithkor spoke to the whole ship. All hands, new morning mess rule, cub. Care and denkeeper support will be served first. Then he said one more line. This is the Iron Fang. We protect our own voices, answered across the ship. The crew accepted the order. Kiro climbed into Mara Vale's lap. He purred. Mara Vale looked at the closed door once. They saw her as an outsider. Now they called her family. She rescued one lost cub, and she changed the whole ship. She taught a warship how to be gentle again. Kiro looked up at her with hungry eyes. Mara Vale picked up the food container. I know Mom is on it. Asterisk, if you love this story, please like, share, and comment. Tell me in the comments, would you adopt Kiro on a warship? And if you want more emotional HFY stories with alien cubs and human bonding, subscribe to Neon Cub Tales and turn on the bell. Your support helps this channel grow. More powerful stories are coming next.